And this time, so how should I say that? Not the premonition. I forgot that word. So anyway, so there's an event which played a role of trigger, which urged me to create that picture with caption or that erotic collage. And so maybe you if you are familiar with events or instances or anyway, so instances or incidents taking place in East Asian countries, so I think you have already known the event, and including the severe situation between North Korea and my country. And so here comes the conclusion about what I have done. So here comes the conclusion about what I have done, which is I created a picture with caption of as an adult content, and in which I forgot her name. So I remembered her name. So I used a Korean North Korean woman who is Ms. Yojon Kim. Who is a female lead, who is a female administrator, and anyway, she has a higher position in the government of North Korea, and I used her as the model of the adult content I created this time. And I'm sorry for my clumsy manner, or I'm sorry for my how should I say? Anyway, so you can understand that I have a low proficiency. Anyway, I think you have already understood that I have a low proficiency of using the English language, because I'm a non-native, and if you are frequent listeners of my podcast, I think you have already known that I'm a non-native speaker with the English language, and if this episode is the first one in my podcast, or in my podcast in using the British English, so this why I'm really bad at speaking English, or why I can't speak English fluently, is that so the reason of my bad performance, or the reason of my low performance of speaking English language is that I'm a non-native speaker of English language. And another reason is that, how should I say, to start with, I'm really bad at speaking out language anyway. So of course I can speak out my own mother tongue fluently, and in the case of speaking foreign languages, not particularly in English language, because among some foreign languages I can use, or I have learned. So English is the primary one, which means when I speak out every foreign language I have learned in the past. So English has the highest performance, or I can speak English more fluently than other foreign languages I have learned. And by the way, so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. And this time, as I have told you that I created an adult content, which is a picture with captions or an erotic collage. An erotic collage is what I created for sending to the government of North Korea. And why I did this is that I thought to describe the event which played a role as the trigger, which asked me to create that picture with caption, and that picture with captions is a better word. Anyway, there's a military drilling, military drill, which is quite difficult, which has a quite difficult pronunciation, and so my mother tongue doesn't distinguish L and R, which is why military drill is really difficult to pronounce. It's really a difficult pronunciation for me. Difficult pronunciation. Anyway, So if you have me speak out English language, this is my utmost performance, unfortunately. And by the way, what I have done is, so if you can't understand my English or my speaking out English language, so please take a look at the description column of this episode, and so that you can find out what I have done to North Korea. And this time it's the fourth approach. And anyway, I should tell you the outline of the plan I'm proceeding. And I have created a plan on which I'm trying to reunite, or I'm trying to unite those two Korean countries, which are North Korea and the other country is South Korea. South Korea is on our side, which means South Korea is a capitalist country, or South Korea is a subsidiary country. Well, South Korea is a subsidiary country. Anyway, so South Korea is a friend of the United States, and North Korea is a friend of mainland China, or China. Anyway, and there is such a relationship between North Korea and South Korea. They're battling. They aren't battling in terms of wars or some military conflicts. So so I have heard that they have some military conflicts. They have some military conflicts between North Korean force and the South Korean force. Anyway, I have heard of such a thing, but actually, so what matters in this recent time is that, so North Korea has begun to frequently launch many missiles against the United States of America, but actually, so no missile has hit any part of American soil, and no missile has hit any part of Japanese soil. And by the way, I live in Japan, which is a next door, or which is a neighbor country to North Korea and South Korea. And this time there was U.S. force and South Korean force had some drills, had some military trainings, and which is why North Korea began to launch missiles against as a protest against that drill, or that series of drills executed by the United States of America and South Korea. And which is why, so I can't distinguish which missiles are against my adult content, or my erotic collage, or which missiles are against the drills by South Korea and the United States of America. And which is a result in this approach to North Korea. And so I have told you that the description about what I did recently against North Korea, or for proceeding my plan to provoke a war between South Korea and North Korea, or I'm trying to provoke a war in Korean Peninsula, and any belligerents or any participants are fine to participate in that war, which I'm going to provoke in the future. Anyway, I'm planning to have a war, or wars occur in Korean Peninsula, and the purpose is to reunite those two Korean countries not taking place, but situated in the same Korean Peninsula. And so my explanation is really disorganized, which is why, so I'm going to explain the unorganized version. I'm going to explain an organized version about what I did as the fourth approach to North Korea. And so I have done three approaches in the past. And if you'd like to know, anyway, if you'd like to know those past approaches, so please take a look at the description column of this episode so that you can access, the content which describes stuff about my approaches against North Korea. And anyway, so if you'd like to know the details about what I'm doing, and including my plan, so anyway, reading that article is the fastest way. Reading the article is the fast track to understanding what I'm proceeding again for provoking a war and reuniting those two Korean countries. And I'm going to finish this description thoroughly. And the fourth approach is that, the target of the fourth approach is Miss Yojon Kim and the government of North Korea. And the purpose is to infuriate the target or the government of North Korea. And the method is, anyway, I created a picture with captions in which I used Miss Yojon Kim as the model of this adult content. And Miss Yojon Kim has a higher rank in the government of North Korea, and she is the sister of Mr. Kim Jong-un, who is the leader of North Korea. Anyway, general secretary or something like that, which is the position of Mr. Jong-un Kim. Anyway, and the second, what I did at the second phase is that, so I sent an email to the government of North Korea, and in which I wrote a link, and I attached the picture with captions I created this time, and I sent that picture and the link to which I uploaded that picture to the government of North Korea. So if you haven't understood what I have done, so I'm going to tell you the easiest explanation about what I did. And anyway, I created a picture with captions, which is an adult content, and I sent an email to which I attached a picture with captions, and there is another stuff I have attached to that email, and which is a link of our website, and that website is anyway, roughly saying that, not roughly saying, anyway, that website is a image fab. If you live in, for example, United States of America, you may know what image fab is. And anyway, that is a website for uploading adult contents, or for listing, or for showing adult pictures or porn pictures. And I created a picture with captions or erotic collage as an adult content, and I uploaded that adult content into a gallery of image fab. And I didn't create the link, or I pasted the link of her picture, which has already been uploaded into the image fab. And I added that link to the email I sent this time to, and the destination of that email is some governmental offices, or some governmental organizations of North Korea. And I sent that email to those governmental organizations of North Korea, which is what I did. And so that it's possible. I thought it would be possible to inform many North Korean people of the picture I created this time. And if you'd like to know what kind of picture with captions I created this time, so if you'd like to know what kind of adult content I created this time, and please take a look at the description column of this episode. And I used her picture, which was taken in the maybe that was the scene of some press conference, which was held against, because U.S. force and South Korean force did a drill or did a military training for preparing for the futuristic missile attacks which may be launched by which may be done by North Korean government, and which is why essentially South Korean force and South Korean military force and the military force of the United States of America have done many military trainings or military drills for preparing for the imminent wars which may take place in Korean Peninsula or between South Korea and North Korea. And anyway, so which is why North Korea is against such drills or trainings which have been frequently done by U.S. force and South Korean force, and which is why so North Korea did a press conference or something or some interviews, and in which Miss Yoon Kim spoke out, and which is why her picture was used for many articles on the internet, and I used one of them, which is how I could get her picture, and I used that picture of Miss Yoon Kim for creating my own adult content, and I sent that adult content to the government of North Korea, which is what I did. And if you'd like to know the details of the force approach, anyway, please take a look at the description column of this episode, and I have told you many times to check out the description column, and so that and what I'd like you to read is the force approach. Scrolling down the web page I created before, and you can find us description about the force approach, and the force approach is the title of that approach. And anyway, so you can find out what I did this time, and I'm creating this episode in the end of March in 2023, and the political situation is really severe, or it's lethal, and so there exists a risk or danger of provoking the Third World War this time. And one of the reasons is that there is a war taking place between Ukraine and Russia. Anyway, this episode I created this episode of my podcast in such a era, which is also I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you. And before I'm finishing this episode, I should tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. Anyway, wait a moment, please. And wait a moment, please. Maybe I don't have to tell you, do I? Anyway, so the title of this episode is The Force Approach in Peace with Korea, and the conclusion is many missiles were launched, but I'm alright. Refer to the following link and read the force approach. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.